Hey everybody, what's up? Mike Lowe here. We're back in Madden PC, and we're going to be looking at the Madden modding community itself, their Discord. I wanted to just do a really quick overview, really quick. This is not going to be like a full-on tutorial, but just kind of wanted to show you just kind of the nuts and bolts of kind of where to get to this stuff. Of course, if you missed some of the previous videos on this, we're going to be looking at some gameplay here in a little bit as we continue our Panthers franchise. But the mods really speak for themselves. They look great in the game, and some of them are really obvious, like the tattoo mod, or some of the different things that you're seeing with like player editing and the different equipment and jerseys and just all kinds of different stuff you can do with that. But it's a little bit of a different animal when you get into like where do you find this sort of stuff. And so that's what I wanted to do with this video, is just kind of briefly just kind of jump into the Madden modding community Discord, which is where we are here. And so as we look through here, again, you can see there's a couple places you really want to just kind of keep an eye on to get started. I mean, first off, you can see there's this announcement channel. This is where kind of like some of the bigger mods will receive their updates. So for instance, every time the game gets a patch, most of the mods need a quick update. It usually takes about a day or so. And so like once a month, there's kind of a day where it's like, oh, I got to put my franchise on pause here because we're waiting for some of these mods to get updated. That'll come later. Where you first start in this is really here, and this is why it's called read this first, start here. So there's an announcement section that's super, super important. It's going to have some really basic things in here about some of the most used mods. Most of the mods that come out are going to have a couple pieces to them. They're going to have like say like an instructional side of it. They're going to have a discussion side of it. And you can kind of see there with the different icons, and you'll see that here in just a second. But inside of this, of course, rules, pretty straightforward stuff there. Different tools, so you're going to see things like the Madden franchise editor. There's going to be some just different things here that are more of like kind of like the tool base, but really the place you want to start outside of maybe the announcement channel is really this one, this install download guide, because most of you are going to need, well, you're going to need to do anything. You're going to need this Spark, which is this, and you're going to need Frosty, which is this. And I've shown these on the different channels. This is how you basically get your mods loaded in. These are all the mods I have on my computer. These are the ones I actually have loaded into the Frosty mod manager. And then the way that you kind of toggle this to work in the game is with this Madden Spark. So there's a couple terms there you're going to want to know, which is Spark and Frosty. This is the thread that you want to start in. You can see it's updated very, very regularly. Whenever there's a patch, they will do this. Of course, frequently asked questions, that speaks for itself. Use that. Use the search feature. 99% of the questions you have when you're starting out have already been answered. So not only will you cut down on the clutter that's on their Discord, you'll find your answer a lot quicker and without some sort of like snarky reply a lot of times that sometimes you can get in communities like this when you're asking the same questions over and over. Now, it gets a little confusing because some of the more popular modders have their own sections. So for instance, as I scroll down here, you're going to see some different sections here. And so like the My Franchise tool, this has its own section. The Madden franchise tool is the one that I've seen, or I've loaded up before, right? It's the one where you can go into the Madden tools here, and let's see, you can jump in and load this one up. So like the My Franchise, that's what this is. I don't want to load it because I have my well, I can load an old one. So we'll just load one that we're not using right now, and that's what this is here. So it's got all the different things you can look around in your franchise, whether it's the draft or statistics and so on. But of course, it has the actual tools that we're using. So again, super important there. And let's see, what else? Some of the different mods. So like here's what I was saying, right? There's different people. So like Synthros has his own mod section here. Very, very popular mods. The Bleeding Red is what this stands for. The Bleeding Red's mods. Very, very popular mods here. And so sometimes it's confusing because you'll want to go up into this mod section, and which, by the way, this is just the post of the mods, and you'll search for one. It's like, well, it's not here. What's going on? It's most likely because it's in its own little private channel here. And so it's a bit confusing, but again, some of the more popular ones have their own sections. So every time a mod's posted, they're going to literally like post the actual mod. And I like to use the gallery view on this because you can start to kind of see. So unlocked is one that we have installed. So again, this unlocks all the different equipment. I don't really do a lot with this. I don't care about pink cleats and stuff like this, but I know a lot of you do. So that is one in there. We have the ability in my franchise. We could even kind of take a look at that here on the stream if we want. But that's there. And so by sorting by, I like to use the kind of thumbnail view. You can get an idea of what it is. Hopefully, if they've provided a nice thumbnail. So like this one's really cool. This is like throwback fields. And so if you they have some mods here where like you can start in like 2008 or something, for instance. So like this would be some of the field art that would complement that. And so looks like there's some updates to the man-to-man defense. A lot of these, you can go on and on. There's a Super Bowl football now that you could load in and use if you want. Again, throwback mod here. Super, super cool stuff. Some of these are kind of incomplete, right? So like they don't have every single team here in the throwback mod. But you get the idea. In these are read-only. So let's just say you wanted this, and well, I guess they're not always read-only, but most of these are going to be read-only because they're just posting the mod itself, maybe the download files and things like that. But a lot of times they will also have then a complimentary discussion. So inside of this Madden 24 section, or whatever Madden you're looking at in the future, you're going to have the mods, which we're looking at here. And then you're also going to have the mod discussions area. And so again, you'll have to kind of like do some digging. You may need to use the search feature and that sort of thing. But the idea is most of these are going to have an associated discussion, which is different than the ones we just looked at that have the files posted. So for better or worse, there's kind of two sections to each one. That should at least get you started in here. So again, Sabo's mods, another really, really popular. This is the gameplay and the franchise mod, probably the two most popular mods. And so you can see this bumped it up to my suggested area. So sometimes it doesn't always like make sense. It sometimes I get a little confused by the suggested area because like it's moving things up here that like are helpful, like strategy and tips that I've been looking at more recently. But sometimes it gets hard because I'm like, well, wait a second, that used to be down here. So it just takes a little use to getting their kind of the way they've set up their navigation, and some of it's just default Discord navigation. But again, there's franchise stories in here. I have my own thread going here. You can see here Panthers Start Today franchise, which we've been doing. And so yeah, it's really cool. There's a lot more than what I'm just showing you. But I mean, there's a whole college football mod we haven't looked at, so older versions and things like that. But I wanted to at least kind of give you a lay of the land. You're going to want to start with the download section and just read this stuff, guys. This has been asked a billion times. You might run into errors. This actually set up really easily for me. I've said before, I think it's a lot easier than using like Revamped. And so I think it's to me, it just takes a little patience. Once you get going with it, it's just like clockwork. It's super simple, and it's really quick to go through. So I'm going to jump back into the game here. We do have we just finished a game against Atlanta. I haven't even advanced a week because in this franchise, I wanted to go through and just kind of show you what I do with these different tools in between weeks. We're going to be moving to week 6, which is an important week. So this is the perfect time to kind of look at this because this is where we're going to be updating the trade block using the tool in the Madden franchise tool. So we just had a tough loss. I can kind of give you a quick lay of the land here. Well, let's advance the week and then we'll do that. So we're going to advance the week here. Tough loss to Atlanta. We're going to advance to week 6. And we are 1-4. So just to real quick give you a quick look around at our team schedule. We streamed. What did we stream? This game? I'm trying to remember. We streamed one of these games. Oh, we streamed the Cardinals game. We lost that one. I played one more last night. Another tough loss that we had a lead late and just couldn't hold it. Threw one pick in this game at the end. The last play of the game, basically. I mean, we had 39 seconds left to try and get down the field and score. Had one timeout and yeah, just threw an interception there. But Bryce Young, it's probably his best game of the year. 108.7, 263 yards, touchdown, that one pick. First play of the game was a 75-yard touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. That was pretty cool, but that was the only score. For the passing offense, we had a couple rushing touchdowns here with Chuba Hubbard. And then our rookie, where's he at? Our rookie running back, I lost him. Where did he go? There he is, Isaiah Davis with the touchdown. So kind of our goal line back there. Again, Duvernay, really nice game. Thielen, nice game, but most of it just on that one catch to start the game off. And so anyway, yeah, but we need to close out games. I need to be better about closing out games. You can see we have some. I mean, this is a game we should have won. This game we were in it. It just kind of got away from us. We streamed that one. Again, I feel like we could have won that game. Could have definitely won this game. So it's just been a weird season, but nonetheless, we move on. So I've now advanced. So it's really important because we're going to jump into the Madden editor, but I need to save this first because we need to back out of the franchise. Like you don't want to edit your franchise while you have it open. So we're just going to back out, but we saved it, so we're good. And then what we're going to do is just jump back into here. We're going to open up my franchise here. And let's load this up. So here we go. And then what we can do here is just click on tools. And again, there's tons of stuff you can look around in here. I could do a whole video just on this. So we're going to first do the injured reserve fix. And you can see this is run every single week, including the playoffs. So we're going to run this. And this just removes players who have like 0 weeks left and just sit there on the IR. It's kind of crazy. Now, because we're in week 6, we're going to run the adjust trade block. And it says this tool adjusts the trade block. It places players who have the veteran trade target tag and are under 50 morale on the trade block and removes other players from it. This tool can be ran any time except for preseason, but this is recommending it run it here. So again, it's a realistic thing. It's players who have that, like, hey, they could be traded. They're kind of buried on a depth chart. So it's maybe somebody in this franchise like a Justin Fields, who is behind now the quarterback from USC that they picked number 1 overall. So we're going to run this, and if that morale has been hit, it'll be interesting actually to look at Justin Fields because he was lights out when he was filling in. So that's done. We can now close this. It's already saved the franchise file. All you got to do is just go back in here and just load it back up. And then what we should be seeing now is, well, let's see if we can see anything about, say, like we were just talking about Justin Fields. Let's go to the Bears and just kind of see what they're doing here. Because, of course, they have Caleb Williams, so who they picked. And, Justin Fields has already been traded, it looks like. So I just didn't. He must have got traded when we advanced. I did not look at that here. So let's see. This could be perfect timing to kind of show you what this looks like. So, yep, the Bears have traded Justin Fields to the Patriots. Guys, you're not going to see that in your regular franchise, right? I mean, you just don't see trades like this. Like, this is cool as hell. Patriots get Justin Fields. They trade a really good corner in Marcus Jones and a 6th-round pick. Like, that works. I mean, I think that's reasonable. That's actually a really good trade for the Bears and for the Patriots. I mean, of course. Sure. So, pretty cool there. That's the trade that happened there at the start of week 6, even before we ran that tool. That had already happened. So, but what that's going to do now for the next 2 weeks is it's going to kind of set us up for more trades to happen as we approach the trade deadline. So again, really, really cool, able to kind of show that in action. So when I advance the week, what am I looking at? I mean, you can, of course, look around at whatever. I mean, standings at this point for my team, it's not really mattering, unfortunately. I like to just kind of look around at the stats, kind of see, how we're doing. 98.4 rating is 17th best in the league there for Bryce Young. I like to see he's 5th in carries, but 13th in yards. Okay, so maybe running's a challenge. Tommy Tremble, it's rare for me to have my tight end being my top receiver, but he's been a mismatch guy for us, and that's really what it comes down to when we play with a guy like Bryce Young. Over here, defensive yards 20th in the NFL, 25th in points scored. We're kind of seeing these out of order here. Points allowed, 21st. Offensive yards 27th. So again, we're not a great team really anywhere. I think our record could at least be 1 win more, but nonetheless, we carry on. Desmond Ridder just went off on us this last game. We just could not get a stop. I mean, he was just lights out. It was super weird. I know some people in the Discord have complained about that, but I've done okay with pass defense, but he was really sharp and just, yeah, I mean, he was he was a game changer in that game for us. So yeah, pretty tough there. What else am I looking around at? Again, it's really whatever you want. I do like to look at the transactions, but I usually just look at the trades, which we already saw. News, because we have a real life draft class, there's nothing really here to see. You're gonna obviously see some trade news and stuff like that, but yeah, nothing here is really standing out too much. And then of course from here, I really just kind of get into my roster management, looking at injuries and things like this. These are injuries we had last week, so these are nothing new. This illness one, again, this is a different type of injury you're going to see, so suspended. They're just renamed injuries. So Epinesa got sick, I guess, in practice last week. He has I guess you could call it COVID in a way, right? I mean, he's just kind of gone for 2 weeks here, which is kind of unique. We have not run practice yet. By the way, when you flip through other teams, they've already run their practice. So you're going to see some of these like 1 week injuries that probably came from practice for them. And so, again, you can look around, you're seeing QB injuries, which is, again, super cool and realistic. So anyway, I like to look around the league sometimes at the injuries, but with my team not really in contention at this point, I'm kind of disconnected from the rest of the league. I mean, we're just trying to get better. You can see playing a really tough Bengals team. So I mean, it's going to be tricky. But what I'm looking at here now is we do have one too many players on the roster because we have an injury back. So we're going to have to move someone. And so I just like to kind of go through and just look like where do I have too much depth from probably signing a guy like here. I think we have our tackle back. So like we don't need Tyrone Wheatley anymore. I don't think we have space on our practice squad. And with the injuries being what they are, like, yeah, I've seen some people complain like, oh, the injuries, they're too much. And but like, this is football. Like, you should have to kind of, balance your roster kind of every week. Yeah, so we're full on the practice squad. And so, like, that's part of football. Like, teams make transactions almost weekly. So, like, this is part of it. And I love it because it really forces you to carry some depth. So, again, Wheatley, we don't need. Thank you for your service here, sir, but we are just going to free up that $1 million. And then just kind of flipping through to see if there's any other excess. So I have an extra end here, but again, Epinesa is still out with, I guess, COVID or whatever. A little short on defensive tackle. We can live with 3, especially because we usually use Brown as a defensive tackle anyway, so I'm okay with that. A little short at middle linebacker. We need the 2 extra here. Brian Burns still hurt. That's been killing us. So yeah, I think we're good there. And then I'm just going to run our practice. And so, the next 2 things I do, and it could be really in any order, is I like to look around at the Bengals. So I usually start with the X Factor database just to kind of give me an idea of like, okay, so obviously Beast, right outside linebacker, something just to keep an eye on for 55. Again, I don't force it away from him because then you start forcing it maybe into better coverage. It doesn't mean this player's perfect. I mean, he'll still make mistakes. You can still take advantage of him in mismatches and things like that. Free safety, Daxton Hill. Of course, Hendrickson, try to keep an eye on. And, I mean, Joe Burrow, we just hope to kind of keep off the field as much as we can. From there, again, so they have a lot of skilled players. I mean, they're 4-1. It's not a surprise. We're on the road. It's going to be a tough game. I'll check out their injuries and just kind of see, especially if some of those top players. So DJ Reader's out. I mean, that helps. He's got a foot fracture, which probably happened in practice, so he's out just for a week. But picked a good week to hurt his foot for us. And then I like to look at their depth charts. And that just kind of gives me an idea of, any sort of mismatches. I mean, there's no mismatch here with Joe Burrow. It just doesn't matter. Joe Mixon, great player. Don't care about their fullback. Looking at receivers, we will go top overall because we do have J.C. Horn, who's, everyone's a mismatch against Jamar Chase, but we will do our best to see if Horn can match up a little bit. And, we're not going to want to press these guys. Yeah, they have some good depth at receiver. Aeneas Smith out of Texas A&M, the rookie there. So, they're pretty deep at receiver. Good tight end, another rookie. And then, just see if, like, sometimes they'll have, they don't have any injuries this week, but just looking to see if they have any starters that can be taken advantage of. Not really. They have some really good rookies on this team. Jeez. Yeah, they are talented. So, again, there may be a little weakness at defensive tackle. We'll see. Not a ton, though. Patrick Queen's on this team in 2024. They are stacked. Look at this rookie class they had. Holy cow. They had a great draft. I'd think if I was in an online league, I'd think that they were cheating or something. That's wild. They have some talent here. So again, corners aren't great. They're solid. I mean, neither are my receivers, but like maybe we could, get some guys open, but we'll see. It's going to be kind of the usual. Just try to keep the ball out of their hands, run the ball, eat some clock. Turner's not a great coverage guy. He can't press. So, I mean, 20 is a guy maybe we could look for a little bit, maybe pick on a little bit here. He's got really good speed, so we're not going to like outrun the guy, but I don't know. Maybe he gets lost in coverage, that sort of thing. Hilton, kind of the opposite. Better coverage guy. Not very fast. He's a good zone player there. So basically, not seeing like any huge mismatches that we can take advantage of. That's good in my opinion. It's just kind of forces you to really just keep your eye on things and just kind of take what they give you. And so that's what we'll do. Now, the reason I look at all that first would make sense if I did all the weekly strategy myself. Now, with the mod, a lot of this is blocked. You can see I can't even click over to player health. It's locked. Because I am playing this as an owner, I like to go through and just let the CPU handle the coaching. I hired Lincoln Riley. I feel like in real life that'd be a super meddling of me as an owner to like run practice and stuff like that. And so I just let them do it for now. Maybe that'll change. Sometimes I will go in here and look, but I'm looking for like really high percentages. And this stuff does matter, even the CPU, but there's really nothing in here. Even 26% isn't a lot. I'd be looking for things like, especially in an online league, guys. If you see a guy like 60% of the time on 3rd and long, he's throwing verts. Well, then you know what to run. So that's super helpful to look at. Of course, their offense is just awesome. So defending the deep pass, I'm fine with that. We're going to give up some run support, which isn't great. I mean, that's whatever. There's no way to really kind of put a stop to them. So we're just going to go with this. We want blitz counter. Looks like they blitz about 36% of the time, so that makes sense. They play mostly zone, and that's really important to look at. So again, we'll probably see more zone than anything from the blitz as well. They give up some passing yards, but that's probably because they're winning a lot of games and teams are playing from behind. Zone blitz 46% on 1st and long. That's a lot. So that's something to keep in mind. It looks like they do like to run zone blitz on 1st down. So kind of your standard online player, I guess. They want to kind of run blitz you on 1st. So we'll keep an eye on that. We're going to need to mix up 1st downs. But I'll go with that. Notice I can't even use focus players. It's all locked because progression is different with the franchise mod here, or the start today mod, which has the franchise mod baked into it. Progression is done in the offseason. It's kind of like the old Madden. So like there's a reroll of all your players, and it's based on their dev trait. It's based on their age. And so I kind of like it. Like Bryce Young in a test sim I did got a reroll, and he went from a 71 or 72 up to a 76. That was great. But in this franchise, he got a reroll of 0. Nothing happened. He's a 72, I think, right now. And he's like 71 with his morale. And so, anyway, that stuff's all locked. And some people like it, some don't. I don't really... Yeah, I don't know. There's pros and cons to each one. But point being, I just start the training. I don't even change my goals. I let the coach handle that. Frankly, I don't care about that stuff. You're going to see probably more injuries in practice than you're used to seeing. On default, we have none there. But it seems like every week someone's getting hurt. So there we go. And so again, is that maybe a little inflated? Maybe. But I think this is a way... That sucks that we're going to lose Duvernay. But it's a way that you can kind of generate some of these shorter injuries. So not everything's like 8 weeks. So we have 2 receivers who went down. We're probably going to need to fill that spot. So, yeah, that's going to be tough because we like to kind of use 3 receiver sets. Oh, weird. The other guy's not on the list. So we should be okay. But Duvernay is going to be sitting this week. But next week we'll get Epinesa back. I mean, we're going to be healthy in a few weeks here, hopefully, which will be nice. And... let's just see here. So, obviously, you can look at your depth chart. Obviously, you can set your own depth chart. I just let the coach do it. It does a pretty decent job. So, Mingo is going to be getting some more play time for sure. Just kind of looking at some of his strengths. I mean, he's just kind of a dude, just like Marshall here. Just a guy. Big body receivers, though. Yeah, so we'll see. I mean, it's going to definitely be relying more on Mooney and Thielen, which is fine. And then obviously Tremble, who had a really nice reroll for us and is our top tight end, even though I signed Jonnu Smith in free agency. But so yeah, maybe we run more two tight end sets, that kind of thing. I think we'll be okay with our roster. I don't think we're going to trigger any errors. We can check this by loading up practice. And yeah, it lets us load that, so we're good. Yeah, and then from there, guys, I mean, that's it. We're ready to rock. Of course, I know a lot of you, like, well, I do my own depth charts. I do formation subs. Why don't you do that? Like, yeah, go for it. I just don't because the CPU teams don't, and I feel like it's kind of scrubby. I wish they did. Like, trust me, I want to do formation subs. I want to put Brian Burns in different spots in the defense. But with me running an owner franchise and the CPU team's not doing that, I just don't. Again, if this was an online league, oh, hell yeah, I'd be all over that stuff. As far as negotiations, I don't even open this menu until after the trade deadline. I don't know what we're doing yet. If I get an offer that's too good to refuse, maybe I take it. So we'll see. I mean, I am willing to bet that we're going to have some players on our trade block with being a 1-4 team and some players with contracts expiring. And we will do those trades inside of that Madden franchise tool that I looked at earlier with you all. I haven't done that yet, but apparently like you'll get kind of more realistic offers than you will here in kind of the default Madden. I haven't decided if I want to do that yet because again, is it an advantage over the CPU teams? I'm not sure because they're obviously trading in game. So I don't know. I have to kind of make that decision. No trades have popped up yet. They probably will start next week. As far as scouting, we do have a real life draft class loaded in here. Not a lot's been unveiled just yet because again, this is different too. You're going to get most players to 95%, and that might seem crazy, but you will have very few players at 100, which I think is awesome because you just don't know 100% about anyone ever in life, right? And so I think it's really neat that like eventually these will get really high, especially in the areas that you're focused on. Like we're focused on receiver and quarterback and defensive line. So we'll see this pretty darn close, but we'll never truly know everything. So again, I think that's really, really cool. So I do have the chat open, guys. We're gonna jump into gameplay. It's gonna be a tough game, but we've been playing well. Again, this team reminds me of my 2021 Lions that just, they started like 1-6, and or actually that was 2022 Lions, but they started. I mean, it took them like 12 games to like win a game or something like this, and like they were like in it. They were trying so hard, and like this kind of feels like that. Bryce Young, as much as the team has struggled, has been a lot better. I can just kind of show you. We looked last time. I think he was at 6 touchdowns to 1 interception, and then last game, yeah, it had the 1-1. So, but I mean, look at this improvement over his rookie year so far. It's just across the board better in every way. So, but you got to stay humble about that. Actually, I want to look at his rushing stats too because he's been having a little bit more of that opening up too. So far, yeah. I mean, again, look how this is so accurate. Isn't that crazy? Like these are real life stats that reported in. And I mean, that's really cool. His long is like the only thing that kind of stands out. But that's really, really cool. Yeah, that's remarkable how accurate that is. Again, big uptick here in passing, but that happens all the time. Even without his reroll. I mean, of course, he's a rookie quarterback. He struggled. I know CJ Stroud kind of, maybe bucked that trend a little bit. Let's give this another save. I can't remember if I did that or not. But yeah, guys, thanks for checking out the stream. I appreciate it. Thanks so much, by the way, for liking the videos and just checking things out and subscribing. That does help. That helps kind of promote videos like this, and it gets it in front of more people and things like that. And I love just chatting about this stuff. I want to just check what time this game. If the game's not at like your usual 1 o'clock time, I always like to use like cool special jerseys. So yeah, 1 o'clock start, kind of a standard game. We'll just go with the standard jerseys. Bengals are good, guys. Let's see. We got Burns out. I mean, this is like not great, but we'll go with it. Hey, we got some rain. Still haven't seen the snow mod yet, but I'm excited for it.
It's the Bengals and the Panthers, and it comes your way now.
It's a sweet looking stadium.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no
Holy
interceptions,
cow.
ran the team well.
That's pretty good.
Won the ball game, bottom line. May not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
How do we stop these guys? Play a lot of zone. I think that's our only hope. Actually, I don't know. Man might be a better fit against these guys.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground.
Try to rip that ball out.
Following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers for Mixon last week: 15 carries, 52 yards, and a touchdown.
I can remember last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first, but they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
Try stripping that ball out twice. I mean, if we can force a turnover here and protect the ball ourselves, maybe we have a shot.
He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
Dang, how does it catch that?
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out, but all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
And a strong run there.
They're just moving the ball on us.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. You look at this Carolina defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that.
There we go. Nice. I've been trying that the whole drive. That's huge. I was going to say, this is a victory in this drive if we hold them to a field goal. So.
This isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard
Huge.
to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost them.
They like to blitz a lot on first down, right? Does look like a blitz here.
Young now after the fumble recovery.
Oh my gosh.
Intercepted.
I way rushed that throw. Now we give it right back. So they definitely blitzed, and I just looked at one guy, just kind of stared him down, and I had time. It's a bummer. Yeah, I had more time than that.
It's just his second year in the league as a quarterback.
Right back onto the
That's
defense.
Gonna be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow. Looking for Chase on the outrun. He's got him. Second catch for him today, and they'll wind up the first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They will throw on first down with Burrow.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Burrow on play action. The pass to Boyd, and he brings it in on the crossing route. Touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's
Bryce
now
Young's last 2 throws in my franchise have been interceptions. Last play of the game, last game. First play of the game here.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Another blitz, it looks like.
And they'll go again here with Hubbard. And this one goes nowhere.
Thought we could run away from it.
Yardage back at the 22. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Young to throw it. Open here,
Come on, Thielen. We're going to go for it.
His sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
They'll run for it. It's Hubbard. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down. Boy, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Feels like they may have the like run defense game plan. It's been really tight trying to run.
Young will set to throw. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he'll work down inside the 45. The Panthers at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. And they come in losers in 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Young's throw pulled in by Marshall.
Just didn't like, went to like my 4th option on that.
This time they double it, and
Just did not like what I saw.
This defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And
Job,
he is going
Hubbard.
to have a Panthers first down.
Key runs,
At least it
not much, but
appears that
converts.
way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
That's about what you would expect.
See if they're going to blitz some first down like we think. Looks like it.
Top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you, they started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes it's just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On third
Whoa,
down,
tried to throw that. What the heck happened?
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up.
Let's check our chart here. I'm pretty sure it's going to call for us to go for it. 4th and 4 from the 30. Yeah.
The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
After one,
See if we can draw him off too.
Panther football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
Oops. Totally called the wrong play.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt, but with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Young.
Oh, gosh. Bad throw.
Incomplete. They cannot
That
convert,
sucks.
and they turn it over.
Wide open. They're in a zone, but I mean, that was just tons of space to get 4 yards. Come on, Bryce. Just gotta catch it and turn it. Easy first.
4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. They'll find Reynolds over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Third down at 13.
Here we go.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away.
Get away.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
We're going to be super deep here. The 4-yard line.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
We'll call the screen, but I don't think we're going to run it unless it looks really, really good.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And just no chance.
6 carries, minus 1
Get
yard.
back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Jeez, holy cow.
The running lane's non-existent in this first half.
Okay, pretty sure they game plan for running up the middle.
Loss of 4 at 3rd down.
They were just trying to get
Come on, coach, give us something.
down near their own goal line, but this is
Might
just
be
gonna make
audibling
things
out of
worse.
this. I don't even trust we can get a yard.
Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Out of his end zone, Young.
Oh, dang.
And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And that
I felt like we had a shot. Didn't feel any pressure. Yeah, I mean, it's a good D. It's a good play.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Gets past one man. That'll be a 48.
Let's try to strip that ball.
On the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Ball throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And powering through at the 35. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Again, it's Mixon. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just boom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here we go. On 3rd down, Burrow. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The throw over the middle, taken in. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to face a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here we go. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now
Did a play predict to the right.
And he will have the
Ooh, are you serious? Did he have that?
at the 12.
That's kind of crazy.
Now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
I That doesn't seem right.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
I mean, I
Not
understand
just because of how fast the game's
forward
going,
progress,
but
but
just trying to get the right sight line to the
Oh.
football, that's not always easy. We'll see what they decide
no,
here.
they gave it to him. Jeez.
So
a killer.
not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. Here's Madison running on first down, and he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains
go
running
pass
the ball?
predict here.
If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here we go. 11, 12, 11, empty. 11.
Now Burrow. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without
See
it
if we
being
can get a
too
play off here quick.
Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on the short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Just took too long to throw it. Had O open.
It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Trey Hendrickson in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Throwing, Young. Flushed out right. And he will slide down with a good gain. Excellent work that time to get free and for his
Obviously wanted to try and get the first, but
I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
not worth risking the fumble.
Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down.
Gosh, you guys, it's so bad.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down as he's brought down near midfield. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. First and 10, Young. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
If they're in man, Tremble will have that linebacker. It's a good linebacker, though.
Now
And
Young.
a man. But nope, the safety's going to pick it. Yeah, bad read.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Bad read.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Here's your right.
Oh my God, that's so lucky. And a flag. That should have been picked off.
Another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30.
I saw it. I wanted to throw that just to see. It was my only option.
So it was
The fact that it was an interception was kind of miraculous, and the fact that he caught it was even more miraculous. So I was looking at 11 to see if he could kind of get over the middle, but that was blocked off pretty quickly. So then I'm looking kind of like that back shoulder route to 84. And again, possibly there. I just didn't like either one. So then I wanted to scramble, but this end did a great job of, I think that's Hendrickson, right? Just staying with me. I mean, this is a ridiculous play, like stupid. And even looking in the replay, he was even less open than I realized. Like, that is so... I don't even understand how that got completed. But whatever. The CPU seems to get those all the time. And we got a penalty that stops the clock. So thanks, guys.
Absolutely, no matter what angle you're making
That was wild. Third and man-to-man, we'll have some options here. Could have a touchdown here if it's man-to-man. So we're watching to see if Queen follows our running back here. It might be man-to-man. It's not. I don't like any of that. Just throw it out.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone.
Yep, first down, no sense there. That was a really well-disguised defense there. Both safeties, there was just nothing. I mean, on the right there, but again, you're risking having to take a timeout if he doesn't get out of bounds. Yeah, it's okay.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Again, it's Young. That's complete to the receiver Thielen. This now a third and 4. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Third and 4. Now here's Young. He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
I don't know if his feet are in. We'll see. Sure, they'll review it.
From 10 yards out, and the Panthers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
I don't know.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play you would
I
have
don't
made
think
as a
that's
rookie.
going to stand.
Because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second
Bryce Young.
and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Tempted to try an onside kick here. I wish they actually worked.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away.
I think we get ball too.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards.
Ooh, picked off.
To chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C.
Yeah, J.C. Horn.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about
Well,
it. They had a chance going to halftime
one,
with the
maybe
lead.
two
Why
completions.
did they
That's all
take
we
a
could
chance
get
with a
here.
throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, and now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Oh, I tried to lateral it.
To his receiver, Thielen. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the
stay
start
with
of the
same
second half.
game plan, which is that, and then defend deep. Sure, seems to be doing
And
okay?
we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys...
Oh, jeez. That sucks.
Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it, and his
Damn, they're shooting ourselves today.
ball at the 35-yard line. He's now lost fumbles in back-to-back weeks, and of course you remember last week's game, such a close affair. That hurt him.
I do love that
and it is so key
gameplay
to take care of the ball, because
mod. I
remember,
mean, that matters.
the team making a few mistakes usually wins the game, so you got to take care of the ball, lock it away high and tight, as you often hear from running back coaches. 4 points of pressure, fingertips, forearm, biceps, sternum, or chest. Put it away.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. Second catch for him today. Running down the first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time.
Touchdown Bengals. Jamar Chase, 23 yards.
Oh,
And the Bengals take the forced fumble and
I was gonna say I'd like to see a review of that. If A, he even scored, and B, was even in bounds.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch, because he didn't.
Yeah, touchdown. Dang it.
Pretty
good.
On for the point after.
I'm still shocked that my touchdown stood.
It's good to make it 17-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
Ooh, almost had a seam there.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the offense for the Panthers here, getting the football back. But right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Right back to
Oh my gosh. Man, our guys just can't hold blocks today.
Behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Young on 3rd down.
Man, he's been so good for us.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Oh, gosh.
It's on the ground, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. So apparently some grabbing there on the middle of the O-line.
All right,
I've often
guys.
wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And the throw there by Young, caught by Thielen. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Oh, it's man-to-man. Thielen is going to be wide open here.
Young will set to throw.
It wasn't, but he's still pretty open.
Thielen, back-to-back catches. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver.
See if we can catch him in man here,
that
though.
makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to
A
the
little too
football.
tight.
And throw by Young, incomplete.
Let's see. I felt the blitz. I felt it coming from the left. Oh, yeah. I mean, better receiver is going to catch that. I mean, it's right there. Just dropped it. Wait, I mean, there's a lot of guys open on this. I just wanted to kind of go low risk. I mean, Mingo had a step there, but that's tough to see that early. I guess Mooney. Yeah, I don't know. I'm totally fine with that throw. I'm just. That's what happens when your third receiver's hurt. You guys got to fill in.
So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line.
4th and 5. Pretty sure punting was their right call there.
And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. He completes it to Boyd, and he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Second and 7, operating from the 34.
Here we go.
Here's Burrow. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And they'll send the slot in motion left. A run here with Reynolds. And now look at this. Big gain, a fumble.
I love that the rain's affecting the fumbles. That's pretty awesome.
Still
doesn't result in a first down here.
Relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that with a very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. They work now on 2nd and 9. Play action. It's Burrow.
Wow.
This is caught. Touchdown.
Tough to stop.
A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Oh, he's
A
gone.
dangerous return man showing it here.
He had a big return
Still
a week or two ago. I think in the last game. This is his first score, and it's a rookie. Undrafted rookie returning the kick.
I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
No, it's Chris Core. Got some momentum back.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his third touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone described the game as really slowed down? So right now, instead of warp speed, it's
snail's pace.
Snail's pace for him, and he can do whatever he wants. Feels like he has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been giving him that.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And he is going to have a bang.
That is tough to stop.
Down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
Here we go.
Mix it up the middle. There he goes, right side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 68 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Again, it's Mixon. Down to about the 45.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of them
Probably going to go for it here.
They were on him in a hurry.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They're going for it. Here's Madison.
Nice.
He is not going anywhere. They stop it for no
Panthers?
gain. He needed 2. He barely got back to the line of
See if we can hit him with a
scrimmage.
little
And the
play action
Panthers
here.
will get the football back. Thielen going to go in motion right.
Wrong guy.
And his throw here is going to be...
I think that was going to be covered. The receiver on the right. And I did not even look at the guy in the flat on the right. But they disguised it. Came out cover 3. Or I guess cover 1. Yeah, flat was there. But I mean, yeah, the receiver up top on the left there I should have hit. Missed that one in my game last night too.
There's a quick throw
Misread that.
to Thielen.
Got lucky.
And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play
Good job,
of this
Thielen.
third quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play.
Terrence Marshall out of the backfield. Is that,
This offense so far
yeah, that's
on
not
third
right.
down,
That's actually Hubbard.
not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, Young.
Oh, come on, Bryce Young.
He was open, but he couldn't get it to him.
We're down by 10, 4th and
Well, the other day
5.
they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert.
We're gonna go for
I guess
this.
every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
It's desperation time. Young
Oh my gosh. Went to my 3rd read, didn't have time. But I had the 3rd read, Thielen. My first read was the tight end if it was man, and it looked like it for a split second. But then I think they switched the zone. So like the linebacker ran over, and I was like, ooh, it's man. And then I was like, oh, no, it looks like it's not. Maybe it was. No, I think they were in a zone. And then I looked to the flat 30, but again, there was not enough to get 5 yards. And then Thielen right here would have had it. But I just didn't get time. Had I not drifted, maybe? But I knew either way I was looking to the right, so I was just trying to cut down on that throw distance. Yeah, I had those guys open. My 2nd and 3rd read ended up being open.
And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Ooh, nice play.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Here we go. Stop.
Now Joe Mixon. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he won't be close.
Did a play predict run right there. Got good guess.
Around the line of scrimmage. So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. McPherson's kick is good. So the starting
Still
field
got a
position is
shot,
terrific following
but
a surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
hey, he returned one earlier. Let's take it out.
Taken at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
That same play we had on 4th down on the previous drive. Let's see.
For them to move the ball because
We get what
you're
we're
not
looking
getting
for.
the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Young to throw it.
Bad read.
And his throw's going to be in.
Misread man there.
I like the calmness of how he played.
They disguised that really well. I mean, I even took a second look. And I was like, oh, yeah, I feel like this is man. And yeah, I just totally misread that. Dang, I had some guys wide open on that play, too. Look at Mooney to the left. Yikes. But misread it.
No panic in his
3rd and
eyes
6
as
now.
that throw arrived. Tracked him from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Now Young.
Oh, my gosh. Just no time.
Taken down by the Bengal pressure. Miles Murphy picked.
Saw cover 3 was going to go to the receiver on the right. And, yeah, protection just broke down really fast. I was just waiting for that safety to clear out. Had a few guys open, but I wanted to take a shot with Mooney there.
sack of the afternoon. There's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11, 11.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage.
Nice play by the rookie.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So 8 yards on the completion there, and now it's 3rd and 3. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And this will be taken at the 13. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. Carolina
Need
getting
to be
set
sharper
to take
here,
the field.
but don't need to force.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still
Cover
a
2 here.
2-score game.
So
and they need
have a
points
couple
on this
options over the
drive
middle.
and in a relatively quick manner. Young looks to throw on 1st down. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
A little flood here.
Now a 1st down throw for Young. He'll get this complete to the running back, Hubbard.
Yeah, the blitz and the deep
Ball
pass
at the
just didn't open
33,
quick enough here.
2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 33-yard line.
Young. That's over the middle and caught by Mingo.
Let's go.
First
Come on,
target,
coach. Let
first
me
catch,
make
and
some
a
different
1st
plays
down.
here.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Carolina.
Young now. Throw left side complete. That's Hubbard. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That'll give them 8 that time. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Not a good running day for us at
Quickly,
all.
They get to the line.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Panther 1st down.
It's Young on 1st down. Checks this down to
It's the
Hubbard.
slowest developing
So
play.
he'll be stopped here
Saw the
for
blitz,
no
but
gain.
just
And that
couldn't
will bring up
get
2nd
around it.
down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Oh yeah, good D.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Here is Young. Escaping the pressure right.
Get rid of it.
And that will be incomplete.
Gotta go for it.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Max protect here. Slide it to the left.
As As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Jeez, Bryce.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Bengals will get
Just
the
not sharp today.
football back. Good
I don't know if the
starting
gameplay
field
mod
position
affects
for
the
them here
rain
as they come up
or is
1st and 10
affected by
at
rain,
their
but
own
it
46.
kind of feels that way. He's just been,
They'll start here with a give to
he's
Mixon,
71
and
overall.
they'll get this just to the
It is what it is,
47,
but
1-yard gain. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a
Dang,
run blitz,
guys.
you're actually trying to cover up gaps.
Wasn't even trying to strip at that time either.
So they can't run the football.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The offense on 3rd down,
Sell
they've
out
struggled to the
totally on
tune of
this.
2 for 8 so
Oh boy,
far.
that's not
They
good.
need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have the Bengals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, this is Madison. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. Now a timeout coming in here defensively, as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. On 3rd down, Burrow. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to make it 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Here's 1st and 10. Young to throw. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The Lions move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Here comes 2nd down.
Might have Mooney if this is a true cover 2.
Here's Young.
Oh,
He
yeah.
lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
So they disguised it.
These guys are gonna get the
Just took a little
football.
too long. Yeah, it's just been sloppy game in the rain today. They went single high. Well, maybe not. Either way, Mooney was totally shut down. So I switched to 88. I was just going to try to put it there by the logo, which would have been pretty open. Had the tight end probably too, but that was my next read. But yeah, gosh, this right guard today, that's what the 2nd time he's just gotten just bull rushed. Just getting beat up out there.
3-yard line.
Well, tough game.
That drive wasn't
We
a
knew it would be
case of
tough. It
wanting to
was.
put points on the board. It was needing
They
to,
had to,
having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
No, tough game.
Now the Panthers gonna signal
Fun
for
in the
their
rain, though. It's cool to
third
see the
and
ball
final
bounce
timeout,
around. A lot of
as
fumbles.
they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Take a look at the post-game stats here.
Here now
Hopefully they
on
don't try to
3rd
kick a
down
dirty
and
field
8.
goal on us like the
Here we go. 11.
like the Bears did. But it looks like they're gonna.
Inside handoff to Mixon, and he's going to get this.
They're gonna kick a dirty field goal, aren't they?
Short of what he needed. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, praise has to go to
But
the
I guess,
guys
I mean,
on the
yeah, I
offensive
don't know if
line
there's still
because
time. I
they've
guess
had
they
a
have to.
very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Kind of felt like a 30-14 game. It's just not been
Extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the
nothing
3.
pretty.
Clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously,
timeout,
touchdown
20
would have been
seconds.
the final nail to finish this thing off.
execute here.
Got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. This is 1st and 10. Now Young.
Trying to get out of bounds.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, threw a pick on the first play of the game. Kind of set the tone today. Bryce fumbled. Running back fumbled. So we had 3 turnovers. We forced 2. They fumbled. They fumbled out of bounds. Picked off Joe Burrow.
So for Cincinnati, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to
Yeah, I mean, that's just a way better team.
And they'll hit the road next week to
the
take
offense
on
was
the
really bad in the rain today.
Broncos. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll get a chance to
start looking
redeem
forward to the
themselves
draft at this
home
point.
next week.
Yeah, 2 fumbles, pick.
So for
3rd down, we were bad. 4th down, we were bad. We did a good job defensively on
Charles
3rd
and
and
I will
4th.
be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Looking at the 2 quarterbacks. I mean, yeah, Burrow, really nice game. Bryce Young, worst game of the year, 20 of 33. It was tough. They had him running all over the place. Speaking of running all over the place, the opposite could be said of Chuba Hubbard here. Really disappointing day. We couldn't get anything going on the ground. Chuba was terrible today. 14 carries. He had a fumble. It's not good. Not a whole lot here. Spread the ball around a little bit. Bengals, again, spread the ball around. Nobody really killed us. Chase, 4 catches, touchdown. Really nice touchdown by him. Their rookie receiver gets on the board there out of Texas A&M. Mixon did run the ball well, 22 for 91. He didn't fumble. Their backup fumbled. Craig Reynolds fumbled, or Josh Reynolds fumbled out of bounds. Defensively, we had too many sacks. Murphy with 3. We got sacked 4 times today. I didn't call a single double team on Hendrickson, but he wasn't the one really killing us. First play of the game, intercepted. Didn't throw too much into coverage, so that's good. We had 2 sacks. J.C. Horn got his first pick of the year. Yeah, I mean, that's just the definition of a team that's a lot better than us. Playing them at home, playing them in the rain, kind of went how we'd expect. So, guys, thanks so much. Thanks for liking the video. Thanks for following the channel. I'm Mike Lowe on my Twitter at MikeLowe47. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to be on vacation here. Don't know if I'll stream again for the next few weeks. I'll be out of the country. So, thanks, everyone. Enjoy the Super Bowl. If I don't talk to you then, but I'll see you soon.